Hey guys, this is Wellington from the Jump to Start Racing crew. Before we start, I want to make sure to tell you to destroy that like button and to make sure to hit subscribe to be up to date with our episodes and clips. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Our handle on both platforms is @JumpTheStartF1. See you there.
What happened, man?
So the crash. We saw that was on the start-finish straight, right at the end, right before the first going into that first turn, leading into that chicane.
Between turns, 1 and 2, because the little kink in the straight is actually
you're right, yeah.
turn 1, yeah.
So we see Bottas on the left-hand side of the track, George Russell coming in like a freaking missile. DRS wide open. Was it DRS at the time?
Yes, yeah,
DRS was wide open. He had the toe. He was coming in hot. Pulls up alongside Valtteri Bottas, and unfortunately hits. He believes that he was squeezed. Hits.
I think so too.
The wet patch of grass, and that just sends his right side, into the stratosphere and vaults him into Valtteri Bottas into a crash. Who's at fault here? Yhancy. Yhancy's not at fault, but I'm asking the question.
Yeah, it was all my fault.
Yeah. Russell blamed you, actually.
Yeah.
In the post-race.
Yeah. That's what got him into hot water with Toto Wolff. Him blaming me. I saw this replay so many times. At first, I thought it was Russell's fault. I think he had plenty of room. He had plenty of room on the right side to make that overtake. But as I watched closer, I did see Bottas move a little bit. And it would have been good to see the onboards. I didn't get a chance to see the onboards. I don't think they were even available. To see if Bottas did move it.
They showed Russell's onboard and board, but they showed all.
Well, I'm talking about the steering wheel. The steering wheel with them driving.
Okay.
I didn't. It would have been too good to see if Bottas did move the steering wheel a little bit. He did move it a little bit, and I get Russell's point. When you're going that fast, you're going almost 200 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. I think they were saying 220. I don't know if
330 kilometers.
Yeah, so whatever. You're going. It's fast. It's probably the fastest point on the track.
Yes.
Any little movement, especially when you're wheel to wheel, is gonna make you react. Now, it seems what happened is that George Russell reacted to that. He hit the web patch and it just vaulted him into Valtteri. And obviously the rest is history. It's tough for me to say. I think the stewards got it right. It's a racing incident. Yeah. It happens. I think the story is the aftermath of what happens. Obviously, George Russell was livid and put on his tinfoil hat. And I have the quote here, and I'm going to read it to you because I'm fighting for P9. A P9 for him is absolutely nothing, almost meaningless. He did have a move that you would do if you were fighting for victory on the last lap of the race. It begs the question why he would do that for P9. Perhaps if it was another driver, he wouldn't have. So that went through my mind. I think at that point, what George Russell looks like he's a little bit full of himself.
Like the Sakir got into his head.
Yeah. Like he's all right. He's making up these rivalries within himself when, dude, you're still young. It's 30 year, and you're driving in the back with Williams.
Yep. That's what Bottas said. It was all theories on his part.
Yeah, and I think, it really was. But based on the comments that Toto Wolff had after the race, and I guess he got a tongue lashing from Toto Wolff because he apologized this morning. Russell apologized this morning. However, and I don't necessarily agree with Toto Wolff fully because obviously you're a racing driver and you're going to go for the pass regardless of whatever position it is.
The gap.
It's the gap. But, however, what happens is that, and I think this is what hurts Russell's chances for a Mercedes seat as long as Lewis Hamilton is there, is that if you have Russell in that seat, let's say he does replace Bottas, that harmony After the Rosberg years,
Gone.
it's what has kept Mercedes successful for the past 3 years that Bottas has been there. That is instantly going to be gone because Russell is obviously hungry and he wants to win. So that shows you, that's showing Toto Wolff and all of Mercedes, like, if I bring this guy in,
it's not going to be good.
It's going to be a problem that might have saved Valtteri's seat for next year.
Ruben, what do you
Or
think?
as long as Hamilton is on that team.
What do you think, Ruben?
I think, pretty much going along the lines of what Yhancy was saying earlier is that, yes, he had the pace at that moment. He had the speed to overtake him. Bottas not just going to, hey, let me put to the side. You get by. Don't worry, friend. No, he's going to at least make believe he's going to throw in the car at you so you could panic. You shift to the side, but he just went too far. And just, because if you look at some of the replays, he just slightly, and he had space.
He definitely had space.
So he just slightly touched the grass because of the speed and the water that was there.
He was pumped. He was pumped.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he went too far over.
But it's just sad that Russell, at the same track, fighting for points, he crashes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like he's a bit of a choke artist.
No, I would not say choke artist. Maybe he's not made to get points in Italy.
But I mean, it's just...
It has to do with that too, with experience. He's young, he could have told himself, hey, I'm gonna get some points here.
Absolutely.
Let me wait till next lap to overtake this guy.
What I think,
because we have plenty of laps left still.
What I clearly see is it's projection. It's him
right away saying, "Oh, it's
blaming
yeah.
Valtteri."
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah. And him saying, "Oh, Valtteri's thinking about me," when in fact he's thinking about
Valtteri.
that situation. Dude, focus on what you have to do. Now, do I blame him for going for that? No, absolutely not. But when you start saying things like that,
afterwards,
dude, you're completely wrong.
Well, he tried to, after the crash, he tried to take it to Bottas. And what did Bottas tell him?
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. So,
and it clearly showed the camera. The camera angle did not help a lot on it, but it clearly showed. It clearly showed like the tip of a bird going flying over there.
that drop is so perfect.
I thought Valtteri handled it well. He told him he was number one.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, my friend. You won that. You won that place. There you go.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, right?
Oh, Bottas was like, bro, it's only one place. Come on.
One place. 1 point.
1 point.
Yeah. So again, I don't blame him because if you're faster, you want to pass him, go ahead. But if you're gonna do that just because you want to show up Valtteri Bottas, dude, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
So here's what
I think Toto Wolff saw right through that. Obviously with his comments afterwards.
Toto Wolff just cut his wings. Come down, little boy.
Yeah,
just cut your wings. Don't fly away too quick. Mm-hmm. Get back in the nest. You're not ready.
Yeah.
Yhancy led into it right away for me with the whole blame thing.
Mm-hmm.
We know Toto Wolff is very particular about his no blame culture in Mercedes.
Yes.
So what does that mean? That his number 3 driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right away blamed the number 2 driver in an accident, and it's blamed. That's exactly what what that was. Coming off of, he was hot, he was pissed off, whatever it is. You take the time, you reflect. What could I have done better? That's what the Mercedes philosophy kind of has been. So there's that. Number 2, you cost, even though you're a Williams driver, you cost your team points. Because Mercedes is your team at the end of the day.
Finally get some points.
Right. At the end of the day, no, not Williams, Mercedes. At the end of the day, what matters to Toto Wolff is the points, winning the Constructors' Championship. He's going to be in a war all year with Red Bull. Those points could come in handy.
Yes.
This
was a perfect weekend to capitalize.
Exactly. They're up right now 7 points.
And there's another thing, there's another aspect to this, which I didn't think about until Toto Wolff said it. The damage is costly.
Yeah, money.
Cost cap.
Cost cap, yep.
They can't just throw money at that stuff. So what he's saying now, what he said is that car, Valtteri's car, is almost a wash. They're trying to see what they can save from that car. But it's almost what we call with car insurance, it's a total loss.
It's totaled. Yeah.
It's total loss. So what he's saying is that could stop development on certain upgrades that they wanted to bring a little bit earlier.
That's a great
especially
point.
in
Wow,
their
even
battle,
that, no,
especially that
that's
they have a proper battle at the front with Red Bull. They're not far off.
And if it stops Mercedes development, imagine Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So then beyond that, like, we were talking crap about him, but Valtteri Bottas got wrecked. Like, me as a mere mortal, I don't know, like, it would have taken me a week to recover from that impact, right?
It was a big hit.
I
When he obviously not only the impact with Russell, but the aftermath with him, as far as like how he bounced up the wall and all this stuff. Because he showed, because he went back in the medical car. Russell walked off. Bottas waited for the medical car to move.
I mean, credit to Bottas. At least he was able to get a finger up.
yeah, well, that was probably the
He showed that he was all right.
that was
Yeah.
the adrenaline just being like, you know what?
Yeah. No, but I mean, not
Hit that
so,
again.
To whom he may
That's-
return.
But listen, man, that was a big crash. It was they called it on F1 TV an airplane crash.
Dude.
It was pretty crazy.
Before you go to the next one, I'm sorry, but this is something just came into my head. Can we just ask Mercedes to one day, maybe this car, one of those crash cars, to have it at the museum so we could see how how that would look?
Go ahead, ask them, bro. They watch.
Mercedes, please.
Yo, the Mercedes Twitter admin,
Yes.
they're all over. They're good.
Yeah, they watch. Go ahead.
So we could, see, hey, this is the aftermath of not only of a F1 car crashing. This is how it looks. Like we kept it intact for the public to see, whatever.
That'll actually be
Right? Like a good attraction to add to the museum.
Are we in agreement that racing incident, Russell just handled it wrong afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a racing incident because again, I thought it was his fault, but you can see Valtteri moving a little bit to the, I think it was to the right hand side. It was a racing incident. It's just the way it was handled by Russell. It could have been nothing. It could have been something that you could have just talked it out. What happened?
That's what I'm like, why didn't anybody stop this guy? I mean, obviously, when they crash or whatever, a car that is not going to finish in the race, those drivers normally go.
They go straight to the pen.
To the pen to see the new.
They're hot. I mean,
Exactly. Why didn't nobody like at least smack this kid? Like, yo, watch your mouth.
You know what? I'm glad they didn't because it's giving us something to
Of
talk
course.
about.
Yeah.
But now they know.
But it just shows you. Listen, he's young. He has a lot to learn. But I think what made this bigger than what it should be was his comments out.
Yeah, he should have just shaken it off. Let's move forward. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. And it's clearly you can see that somebody got to him because he
Afterwards, of
apologized
course.
this morning. Yeah.
Toto called him.
Yeah.
Yeah.